Welcome back, boys and girls. This is Monday, November 30th, 2020, and today for Chapter 3, Lesson 1, we are counting on 1, 2, or 3. So we're moving on to a brand new unit. Our first step that we're going to do, we're going to investigate this math. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose a number between 2 and 10 and count on to add 2, and we're going to complete the addition sentence here. Now we're going to be teaching you guys skills of just adding on 1, adding on 2, and adding on 3 just for this lesson for today. So for example, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick any random number. Let's do 7. I'm also going to put 7 down here. So when you guys are adding 2, you're also just counting on that number like this. So when I'm adding 2, I'm just going from 7, counting up 1, counting up 2, and finding the number that goes right there. That's the same exact thing we're using for our math down here on the bottom. And you actually don't even have to draw a picture for this because this can be a lot of mental math. You can also use your fingers to count on for those as well. So when I do 7 plus 2 or counting on to add 2, I'm just going to count the next two numbers. So I have 7. I'm going to count on 2 more. So we have 8 and then 9. So if I do 7 plus 2, my answer should be 9 down here on the bottom. And all I did was count up 1, 2. So, for example, if I were down here on the bottom and I needed to figure out 7 plus 2, I could do it the way that we've been doing it by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then counting on 1, 2. So then I have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we know that 7 plus 2 equals 9, but a shorter way of doing it is actually using our strategy of counting on 1, 2, or 3 for this one. So we're going to complete the first addition sentence here and then use your answer to figure out the next one. So we're going to do 8 plus 3. So instead of drawing this entire thing out, all I'm going to do is start by going 8. And then just like we had on the next ones, I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3 lines underneath because all I'm going to do is just count on using those numbers. So if I count on 8, I'm going to go jump 1, 2, and 3 more numbers right there. So let's count that together. Start with 8. Then we're going to go 9, 10, 11. So 8 plus 3, by counting up 1, 2, 3, should be 11 right up here. Now, if we want to double check our math, we're going to draw a picture on the side right over here for you guys. So if I'm going to do 8 plus 3, I'm going to first draw the number 8, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm going to add 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's count this all up together to see what 8 plus 3 is going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we are right. We figured out that 8 plus 3 is 11 by doing it by the count on method and also checking our work by showing us drawing a picture. Now we know that counting up is going to be a little easier for us when we're using smaller numbers, adding it to bigger numbers. So let's take a look down here. We know that 8 plus 3 equals 11. We figured that out by using our count on method. Now we need to see if we can find out what 8 plus 4 is. Now when I'm looking at this, I see that I have the number 3, and I have the number 4, which is just one more than 3. So really all we have to do is if we know 8 plus 3 equals 11, we just have to add one more because 8 plus 4 is just one more than 8 plus 3. So our answer should be 12, but let's just double check it. We're actually going to be using the count on method here. Now one big thing for the count on method, boys and girls, you always want to start with the biggest number when you're counting on because it's going to make things so much easier for you. You don't want to start with the number 4 or the number 3 because if you did that, you would be starting by 4 and then you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces instead of starting with the number 8 and just counting 4 spaces. So always start with the bigger number, even if your problem, let's say, would look like this. Because 8 plus 4 is still the same exact thing as 4 plus 8. Just take the bigger number and add those together. So let's figure out and check our answer for this one. So if I have the number 8, I'm going to count on 4. So I need to have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 spaces here. So let's count. So 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And our answer is 12 because we saw that 8 plus 3 equals 11, and 8 plus 4 is just one more than that. So you can count on to add. So just like looking right here, like we just showed you guys, you start with the number 5. If you're counting on 2, you're just going to go 5, 6, 7. So we know that 5 plus 2 is going to equal 7. So your counting on is adding just like your numbers, like you're counting with addition. So let's practice this a little bit. We're going to start with the big number right here. So it says 7 plus 3. Now we could draw an entire equation for this, or we can just use our count on method. So what we're going to do is use the counting on, which is the same exact thing as adding. So we're going to start with 7. We've got 3 of my lines right here. So we're going to count on. Let's do it. So we start with 7, then we go to 8, 9, 10. So I started with 7 here. I added 3 more right here, and all I did was my count up method. So I know that 7 plus 3 is going to equal 10. Now down here on the second one, it says 2 plus 6, but we just talked about this. Just because this problem down here says 2 plus 6, you still want to grab the bigger number. And in this case, it's going to be 6. We don't want to do 2 and then count on 6 because that's too big of a number for us. We want to go with the easy numbers. Go with the big number, add on the smaller numbers. That's our strategy that we're using today. So if we do 6, we're going to keep counting on. So we're going to count on 2. So if I have 6 scissors here, we're going to keep going. So 6, 7, 8. I just added on 2 of those boys and girls by counting up to. So 2 plus 6 is going to equal 8. So remember, grab that bigger number no matter what it is, and then add up the other side. Even if these numbers have the number 2 first, grab the number 6 and add it like that. Now this is for you guys to work on at home and also for us to work on at school. So if you want to stop right here, teachers, please do so you guys can talk about these ones and use those strategies. Students at home are going to continue to work on and finish pages 211 to 214. You have optional pages, boys and girls, of 215 and 216 if you want to get a little extra work in. The students in class are going to work on their own math activity here. So boys and girls, good luck. If you have any questions, please reach out to Mr. Cook or any of your other teachers that you have. Good luck, boys and girls.